Hey everybody, welcome to another episode from the top presented by Armina Stone. We have a very special guest with us today. This is Tripp Parker. He is the EVP of Sales for Cambria. And we just announced, I guess, over 4 months ago now, it's already October, that we have a proud partnership with you guys at Cambria. And we're so excited about that, Tripp.
Absolutely, Celina. I'm glad to be here. And we're excited about the partnership.
Well, you came a long way just to be here today on the show.
Flew in from Minnesota, and boy, are my arms tired.
Well, thanks for coming. We really appreciate you being here today, and we can't wait to learn more about Cambria. So let's first talk about your role with the company and just the backstory of it.
Absolutely. So I've been with Cambria for 15 years as an employee. Before that, I was a customer, and Cambria started selling, I guess with the brand, we're a little over 20 years now. And I've always been in the industry, in the countertop industry, if you will. And I met Cambria at their very first trade show. I was looking for a quartz product, and we got together and we did some private label for me in a different company that I was in. And so I got to experience Cambria firsthand. And got to see the vision right at the beginning. And I think the thing that impacted me the most was that we had such a strong vision. We wanted to be the best we could be in the category, but we didn't just talk. I got to see a company that really was willing to do the things that they needed to do to make that happen. And so became a customer and had a great relationship with them, and sold a business and was looking for something to do. And our current CEO said, "Why don't you come join us?" And so that was about 15 years ago.
Wow. So your background too, and I love where if you go on your website or any social media pages, you see right on there, family owned, American made.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are owned by a family of entrepreneurial dairy farmers out of Minnesota.
Wow.
Hardworking, and just a culture that is created from that. Figure it out, keep moving forward, figure it out. The grandfather was a dairy farmer that decided to start making butter, and the father took the butter business and started making cheese, and the sons took the cheese business and put it into food products that came out of that. And along the way, they built it into a huge food additive company that they sold. Along the way, they got introduced to this technology of making quartz. They were actually invested in a venture to produce quartz in Minnesota.
Wow.
And the investment didn't pan out. And so they wanted to make good on their investment. So they did the research and whatnot and said, you know what? We make cheese. We can make quartz, right?
It's similar.
And so they finished the equipment, and they met the originator of quartz, which is an Italian company, Brett, and they make the machinery that allows us to produce quartz, and formed just a lifelong partnership with them, and we became the sole producer for quartz about 20 some odd years ago.
Amazing. Can you talk more about quartz? A lot of people don't know all the differences between all of them. Quartzite. I mean, you guys have all quartz, right?
It's pure quartz. It's mined out of the earth, so it's not cut like a traditional block like you would with what I would call granite. And keep in mind, quartz is the mineral that gives granite its strength. So granite is comprised of all kinds of different minerals. Just depends on the species of granite. But quartz, being one of the hardest natural minerals, it's about a 7 on the ohm scale. Everybody can do their homework and look that up. But a diamond is going to be 9 or 10. But we're not making countertops out of diamonds.
Maybe one day.
We're making it out of maybe one day. But we grade our quartz like a diamond. and we only use the highest graded quartz. And so we mine that out of the earth. We own our own mines, and we mine that out of the earth. And we grind it up into different sizes, and then we put it back together into a slab. We add a little pigment to give it some of its personality or whatnot, and then we polish it just like stone. So when we're done, it's a most complete, homogeneous, strongest, durable, non-porous slab of stone that you can find.
I think a lot of people, if they walk into a kitchen or an arena, let's say like PPG Paints Arena here in Pittsburgh, you can automatically say like, oh, that's Cambria. You could just tell because you have so many cool designs. How many do you have total?
We have over 200 designs.
Wow.
And I think that there's two reasons that you may be able to tell it's Cambria. First of all, regardless of the design, you're going to see a depth and clarity that you're not going to see with other quartz. So that's because we use the finest quartz in our processes that we use. The second is that one of the things that is just inspired with us, and I talked about it from our origins, from being family owned, is always being innovative. And we're innovative in our processes and everything that we do, but we're very innovative in our designs. And so we're always looking to push the envelope in new designs. And so if we've done our job right, you can tell just by looking at the material that it's probably Cambria by the depth and the clarity and how well it looks and how well it feels. But if we've really done our job right, you're wowed by the design.
Yeah, I think people really are. And we're so proud that you are in our Robinson Township showroom. And as soon as you walk in, I mean, it really stands out. It makes a big statement.
It does. Well, it's a big statement showroom. And, we are so excited about it because Armina has such a strong brand in this market. And not only on the retail level, but also with their partners. And for Cambria, for us to be able to partner with our brand, and it's commiserate, right? When, we want the Cambria customer to get the best of the best. And we can make the best slab of Cambria, but unless it's measured and cut and installed with the best of the best, it's not going to look the way that the customer is envisioned. And so Armina does such a good job with that. So we're excited about that. And that showroom is like a jewelry case for us. So everybody who hasn't been to that showroom, if you want to come and walk through our jewelry store and see what we've got, we'd love to have you for sure.
It really is awesome to walk in there. People have been loving it. We've been getting great feedback. I do have to ask about the fabulous dragon logo too, just because I love it so much. What's the backstory there?
So it's a great story. When Cambria first started, it was originally we were going to manufacture it for other folks. Right, that was our history. As the cheesemakers that the family was, they made most of their cheese for Kraft and had a handshake deal with Kraft and built their business that way. And they were going to do the same thing. They'd never really branded a product and taken it out and created a brand. That didn't work out, so they created the Cambria brand. And the Davis family traces their history back all the way to Wales.
Wow.
And so the dragon is a Welsh dragon.
Oh.
And the name Cambria comes from the Cambrian mountain range in Wales. And so if every one of our designs, all over 200 of them, have an origin story. They're all named after some type of geological or structural reference either in Wales or Ireland or Scotland or England. So some of those names may look familiar to you now that you know that. And so there's a whole origin story with that. Every design is created with the either whatever's happening in the landmark or whatnot. You go to our website, we have a full featured film, The Legend of Cambria, that actually plays on that legend. Camber is his name, and how that legend became Cambria. And it plays in with our designs and whatnot. It's a great. If you're a Game of Thrones or I guess the new Dragons spinoff of that, you'll love it because we got one of the best dragons in the movie. It's 8 episodes. You can download them really easy, but it's just something fun that we did.
So much fun. You said so over 200 designs. And how do you stay on top of, getting creative when you're trying to come up with more? I mean, I'm sure it's a challenging process.
You know, we want to make sure that we understand what our customers want. And design doesn't just come from building products, right? Fashion, certainly different trending colors and those types of things. We certainly look at natural stone, but I think most of our more popular designs and our bold and dramatic and the designs that give us the biggest fanfare is actually we've created. So we create categories. So marbles that don't look like that in nature and that type of thing. And so we work very hard to do that. Our team just got back from the Italy Stone Show. They're in Paris for different shows. They certainly, we have teams of designers that travel into our manufacturing facility all throughout the year and all giving input into what we're doing and are we on the right track and those types of things. So we pull our inspiration from a lot of different things.
And we were talking earlier about all the quarries. You were mentioning they're way up in North America.
Way up in North America. So we have a couple of quarries that we mine our quartz from, and that allows us to make sure that we're getting the best of the best raw ingredients. It's like anything else. You get what you put into it. And we don't compromise on that. We don't use any type of fillers or any different grades of quartz that would actually affect the way that it looks. Maybe more opaque, maybe doesn't have the depth, the clarity, certainly not going to have the performance. And so it's something that really sets us apart.
So obviously you work with a lot of home builders, but you do a lot of commercial work too. And we mentioned, if you guys haven't checked it out, the best place to watch the Penguins game, Club 66. You get access to the locker room. You see the players coming out, going through the tunnel. But Club 66 is all Cambria. It's really cool.
It's, we like to be where the cool kids are. And this is a hockey town, and we can think of a better place to be. But yes, we do a lot of arenas around the country, and just because designers are looking for products that are going to hold up, that are going to be very durable. You can imagine what happens in a suite and be able to maintain it so it will look brand new all the time. I think that's the performance of Cambria, but we're going to give you the dramatic looks, right? And so we were happy to be here. We're also in the Pirates.
I know you guys are all over
ballpark,
Pittsburgh,
and here we are. We love Pittsburgh.
So you do a lot of boutique hotels to casinos, upscale restaurants.
We do. Our commercial, we like to be in the areas that need performance and need dramatic design. And our specifiers love to specify Cambria because they know they can depend on it. They know it's going to look the way that they envisioned it, and they know it's going to hold up. And so, we enjoy that. A lot of senior living when you talk about commercial as well. So it's a big part of our business.
And when you first began your partnership with us here at Armina Stone, it wasn't just in the Robinson Township showroom. It really began with Home Depot, right?
We did. We have a relationship with Home Depot that dates back almost 3 years. We provide some designs to them that are exclusive to them, and that relationship for us has grown. We have our own dedicated place in each of the Home Depot stores. But like I said before, we can look pretty in the stores, but it's Armina that's got to make sure that it gets installed for the Home Depot customer, and that's how we met each other, right? And that's how we got to know each other and realize, you know what, their philosophy and their culture is very similar to our philosophy and our culture, which is move forward, be the best, do what it takes. That type. And so it's been a nice relationship, but we feel like we're just getting started.
I do too. This is just the first few steps of a long partnership.
We're gonna have to redo your photo shoot at the beginning of the podcast and put you on some Cambria
we can
for
do
sure.
That. That's already, it's almost, I think, 2 years old.
Yep.
We can definitely redo that.
We can do that for sure.
We're even going to change up the jingle at the end of this too.
We can do that.
Just wait, Tripp.
We'll have a fire-breathing dragon on this podcast before we're done.
That's what we need.
Before we're done, for sure.
I love it. Well, so you're living right now in Charlotte. in North Carolina.
I am. I consider myself, I'm from the Carolinas, originally from South Carolina, but most of my adult life in Charlotte. I've lived in Minnesota as well, which is our home base. But I currently live in Charlotte, commute up to Minnesota for that. But I spend a lot of time out in the markets. I like to be close to our customers. I like to be close to the pulse of what's happening in the marketplace or whatnot. I really enjoy doing that, and it allows me to enjoy being with our partners. Now, I don't necessarily get to sit on a podcast with all of our partners, but this is special.
So coming back to Pittsburgh today, you flew up for the podcast, which is so cool. And you said you took the long way through town just to kind of see what Pittsburgh and downtown looks like now. So what did you think?
You know, we're our DNA at Cambria, we're hometown folks, and everybody's got a hometown. And we love being able to call Pittsburgh as a part of our hometown when we build relationships like this and we have showrooms like we have and whatnot. And I really love, I travel a lot, and I really love the towns that have the personality. And I've been coming to Pittsburgh for a long time, but I got to tell you, I don't know, maybe it's the fall leaf colors or whatever, but maybe it's the weather outside. But coming over the bridges, over the rivers, and downtown on your right and the stadiums on your left, there's not many cities like that in the country that have that personality. And the thing I like too is, Pittsburgh, it's a strong town, a proud town. And that pride reads strong, and they believe in their brand, and we're so passionate about our brand, and so we have an affinity for that, and we're so excited to have our brand here in a big way and have a showroom that people can visit and that type of thing.
Us too. Well, you missed the helicopter entrance. When we had the grand party, we needed to get you in on the helicopter.
I know. Our local sales manager got to have all the fun, right? I missed the grand opening.
We do it big. You guys do it big too.
There's only one way to do it.
Yeah.
Right. I think you have fun, and I think that you have to be excited. If you can't be excited about what you're doing, nobody else is going to be excited. Nope. And so I really like that, and I think it's something that we do. That's why we have a dragon as a logo, and we, like I said, the partnership is the same. We see Armina's name all over the town, and so it's a good to have our brands now associated with each other.
What are some of the goals moving forward for Cambria?
I think for us, we have to continue to innovate. If you spend time on our website or come to the showroom, and you'll just see, I think you and I were talking about it. I love to see Cambria through folks' eyes who may not have been, in this space, and just get their first impression. And it's always the same. It's wow, right? We have to continue to create the wow. And that's our mission. We've got a lot of competitors, great competitors, but a lot of them are take it safe and follow what the trends are and whatnot. And, we want to create that. And so we want to continue to innovate and be able to do looks and product that people haven't seen before. And I think that if we do that successfully, we'll be successful.
And where can folks find you, contact you? Of course, our showroom at Robinson. That's a great way.
Absolutely. The best way to find us is CambriaUSA.com. And and if you want to talk to us, it's 866-CAMBRIA.
That's easy.
It's easy. And we're gonna meet you where you are. So if you're just now in the beginning of what we call the dream, plan, do, if you're just dreaming, then dream away. And if you're in the planning stage, then come to the showroom and we'll help you plan, and certainly we'll help you do. So just reach out to us that way, and like I said, we'll find you where you are.
I think that's, I always have visions of my future home, and I have the dreams but that's all I have. So you guys, you can do the rest.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for, right?
Yes.
Our job is to provide the design of the dream. And we used to say kitchens, right? Your kitchen of your dream, but we do so much. I mean, bathrooms and shower walls and flooring and everything else. The sky is the limit.
Yeah.
And so just allowing that there's really no limitation to what you can do in terms of our designs, and then Armina would then put that and make it a reality, right? So.
Well, this has been fun, Tripp. You guys.
Is it over?
No, we can keep going.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
We call it From the Top because we do like to bring in the top people, the best of the best. And you guys really are the best of the best. And we're so happy to have this partnership and to have you in town.
Well, glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Yeah. And like I said, we'll get you some Cambria here that you can broadcast from and do the rest. So thanks for having me.
We're not done yet. We got to sing now, Tripp.
Great.
So
awesome.
This will be the best one yet because we're going to do the jingle. We're going to add our little Cambria twist at the end. So just follow me. I'll count us down, Tripp.
Gotcha.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Armina Stone, Cambria. How did you like that?
I love that.
We just added that nice little Cambria at the end.
I love that.
But thanks so much. Tripp Parker, everybody. Check him out. Cambria, Armina, great partnership.
Yep.